FM acknowledges the traditional owners of the land from which we broadcast. We also pay our respects to elders past and present.
Good morning, my friends of Triple H 100.1 FM. You're at Monday Kickoff with friends. It's dear to my heart and also frustrating me. Why is it frustrating me? Because it is frustrating me because today there's a silent epidemic. Yes, in my terms, that's called ransomware. Yep. Targeting people, organizations of every shape and size. It does not discriminate whether you're a not-for-profit, a local mom and dad shop, or a large corporate or enterprise. The threat knows no boundaries. According to Australian Signals Directorate, cyber breaches are rising every year. 12% this year, compared to last year. 100 reported daily. The impact is staggering, my friends. So, the cost to a small business is anywhere between about 49,000 to about 63,000. That's a big number. This year, OPTUS, Telstra, Qantas, they got hacked. Now, if these organizations with an army of tech people can get hacked, what hope does a small business in our community have? So joining me today, my friends, is Lou Vicari, the principal of Door-to-Door Tech Guy and a seasoned corporate IT professional. Lou will take us through practical strategies and principles for home and micro businesses to proactively mitigate the ransomware challenge. His insights are designed to empower you to take control of your digital security before it's too late. Hello, Lou. How are you?
Good morning, Shamal. I'm well.
Well, fantastic, mate. Thank you very much for making the time early morning. The first question I have for you before we do anything, right, is just to get some clarity into this conversation. Do we have any commercial or referral arrangement in place, Lou?
No, we don't.
Fantastic. Now, the important thing is out of the way. My friends, even if you have a community thing, just get in touch with us, right? So, important thing, a micro business or an individual who has a computer at home connected to the internet can do to protect their data, like a family photos or banking data. What can they do?
Well, actually, the most important thing is not technical. It's being careful when responding to communications, whether they be emails, texts, phone calls. If you're not sure, don't engage. Better to be skeptical than to be sorry. Another aspect of that is don't go to sketchy websites. Don't download unknown software. It's very easy to acquire software that purports to do one job and in fact does something completely different. Most importantly, remember that organizations will never contact you and ask you for personal information. If they do, it's not them, it's someone pretending to be that organization. So that's probably, in a nutshell, the most important thing.
Fantastic, Lou. Thank you so much for that insight. Now let's bring you back online. Matt, we can be diligently careful with what we download, all those things that are fantastic, right? But we all make mistakes. What are the most important things that we can do to make sure that the data in our computer is protected as well as much as we can?
Yes, we can all make mistakes. You're correct. The essence to protecting your data, protecting your files, is to take a multifaceted approach. One, have a good backup system, and that includes things like a regular and, if possible, automatic backup. Backup to both local and cloud services. Have multiple copies of your backups. One backup is not enough. If possible, encrypt those backups. Another aspect, aside from having good backups, is to protect your accounts. Everyone has accounts for all sorts of things. Protect those accounts behind strong, unique passwords. especially for important accounts such as email and banking. Use a password manager or have a scheme for creating passwords that only you know. For example, you might like to use a songline or a saying that only you know. And also use multi-factor authentication wherever it's available. That just makes it much harder for someone else to get into your accounts. Another aspect, keep your software updated. That's key. Always install updates for operating systems, antivirus, and other key applications. That's about it.
Fantastic, Lou. I have heard, look, I've come across this often, the term phishing. What does that mean?
So phishing is an unusual word. It simply means, it plays on the word fishing as in to fish for something. Someone will call you or they'll ask you and they'll fish for information. They'll try and get information out of you that's of a personal nature or something that's very important that you know, but they want to know. It's called phishing, just like fishing from a line.
Yes, very, very interesting, Lou. I as vigilant as I am, still I get calls from my cousins in India who turn around and say, look, Shamal, we came across this problem with your computer. Looks like there's a lot of transactions happening between your computer and the internet. We are calling from Telstra. We need to log in and fix that issue, right? That is a no-no, isn't it? Simply because organizations like Telstra and OPTUS would not call like that.
They certainly would not. And there is no way for them or anybody else to actually know what's going on with your computer. So someone calling, claiming to know there's something wrong with your computer, not true. You simply hang up.
Thank you, Lou. Be vigilant. We can do the basic things that we need to be doing, but end of the day, we are human beings, right? We need something to look after our systems. It is because it's difficult to keep a tab manually. So what is your recommended software? What software would you recommend that average mom and dad or a small micro business can purchase from a place like Officeworks or a local computer shop and say, look, guys, install this for me and I'll have at least some level of protection?
So without specifying particular brand names, which I don't do, you need to have a quality antivirus, anti-malware software installed. Now, there are many of these around. My advice is you purchase it and not take their free version. Their free version is simply not good enough. So you will need to subscribe to the purchased version of the software. But always remember, there is no 100% guarantee that you will be protected in all cases. The buck starts and stops with you. Stay vigilant.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you very much for that. End of the day, we need to be careful. We need to be vigilant. It's very important that when we purchase or when we download software, my friends, the bad actors out there are very, very smart. Very smart. And these days, ransomware can be purchased as a service. So as Lou says, be sensible, be careful, and be proactive. Every time you take your laptop or the computer to a computer guy like Lou, just ask them to check the machine up. Yes, you will spend a little bit more, but at least you have a bit of peace of mind saying, last time I got this checked, yes, everything was okay. Is that a good thing to do, Lou?
Certainly is.
Yeah, fantastic. Lou, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated, mate. Early morning, on your way to work. Appreciate you giving up the time. Thank you very much.
No problem, Shamal.
Thank you very. That was Lou Vicari. He runs a business called Door to Door Tech Guy. And I personally don't, and I or Triple H don't have any commercial relationship with Lou. I just saw his advertisement and I gave him a call and said, look, we run Monday Kickoff at Triple H and we would love you to come on and share some of the wisdom with us. As far as tools you buy from the web, my friends, about less than 2 years ago, I needed to buy Microsoft Office. So Microsoft Office generally in the market is about a $300 product. I paid $150 and I thought I got a bargain, did all the checking. This thing carked in about 6 months' time. The key absolutely didn't work. So my lesson that I learned is never buy software from here and there. If it is too good to be true, it is not true. With